Welcome back to the channel, guys. Nice little Sunday afternoon. I'm out here at this pond and we're going to try to catch a fish again. The weather conditions is nice and it's becoming close to winter fishing. So this is kind of a challenge of trying to catch a bass at this certain time of year. So if you watched my last video, I was putting together a basic rod and reel together with a Texas rig worm on there, split shot Texas rig worm, split shot rig worm. So that's what we're going to fish today, and I hope we can get a bite, because but looking around this pond, there's no signs of life. Everything looks dead. No minnows, no shad flicking around, no nothing. So let's get started. Let's set my camera up real quick, and hopefully we can get a bite. Alright, so if you haven't watched my last video, this is Zebco 33 with a Quantum regular rod. This is like an older rod. I got this out of an antique store. It's like a older bait caster rod, 6.6 rod, caster rod with a Zebco 33. Your basic cheap way of fishing. And when I got on there's a little worm hook, a little KVD worm, with a couple of split shots. On there, split shot rig. Let's get started. I really hope we'll catch something. Again, folks, this is nothing fancy. This is your basic fishing, cheap way to fish. The reason I'm fishing with a Zebco 33 is because this is like a good quality reel as far as a push button, I think, anyway. I'm not sponsored. I just think this is a good quality rod or good quality reel for the money you buy. And this brand, this Zebco brand, will last. If you take care of it, it'll last. It'll last forever. And they do a good job reeling in bass. See, the weather conditions out here, we look like we're about to have a storm. There's a lot of blue back in there. I don't know if you can see. There's a blue back in there. Gray, wind. It's nice out, but feels a little warm. The water temperature, I'm not sure what it is. It could be pretty cold. I imagine it might be cold. And let's see how cold it is. Oh yeah, that's some cold water. Yeah, that's some cold water. So we're gonna try it out, guys, but no promises. This is the hardest part of fishing. Bass fishing's over with. All your professional anglers out there are more likely out in the woods hunting. They're not out fishing. They're out hunting this time of year. This is hunting season. It's hunting season and I'm still out here fishing. So if we don't catch a bass, that's what I expect about winter fish. This is like the beginning stage of winter fishing. Even though it's still fall, not quite winter, but the fish the bass are beginning their winter pattern. When cold water temperatures happen, oh, that wasn't a bite. I was snagging on. I thought it was a bite. So, I'm hoping to get lucky and get something. That's all we got on this. When you're fishing on the bank, that's all you got is hope. Now, if we were on a boat or kayak with a depth finder, we could find where those fish are at and try to get them to bite. And my knowledge of thinking, they're probably out there in a little deeper water where I can't get to. And I'm thinking this pond probably gets kind of deep over here, so I have really good luck in the warmer months, but just like anywhere else, in the colder months, no, not so much luck. Not so much luck. Oh, there's something moving over there. Got a little activity. I like that. Kind of give you a little confidence. Boom, boom, boom. Do. Yep. Try to get some confidence. Something's moving. Something's moving. But guys, me coming out here today is not the fact just come out here and catch a bass. I basically wanted to show you that I do fish with everything that I have. That everything that I show y'all in the studio, I fish with it. That's why I have so many rod and reels, cheap rod and reels, old antique rod and reels, to very expensive brands rod and reels. So I just want to show y'all that I'm out here fishing with this baby, and I'm trying to catch a bass. If I was fishing with a bait caster or spinning reel, I'll still be right here trying to get something off the bank. So I ain't got no boat. I got a kayak. I do kayak every now and then, but not a whole lot. Just because it's kind of time consuming. You got to plan it. You know, you got to load it up. All that. You know, you just got one of those things you got to go plan. Like when you have a boat, you got to plan that, hey, I'm going to the boat. I'm going to the lake with my boat. I'm gonna spend all day. It's kind of the same thing with kayaking. I'm kind of like a convenience fisherman. I'm like, put the rods in the truck and let's go. Let's get there. Because I'm the kind of fisherman that I am ready to hit the water, put a line in the water, and get after it. I don't want to mess around with boats, and I don't even like tying. I don't even like retying my line. I don't like That's why I come with like multiple rods. Because if I break off, I'll just grab the other rod. It's more convenient that way. A lot of times I don't have a whole lot of time to fish, so I just kind of use every moment that I have to fish. And if I spend a whole entire day fishing, it'd be different. I'll take the kayak out, bring everything I have, take my time, and catch a fish. Snagged. Keep getting snagged. Snaggedy. Boo! How about that? Nice little cast. Zebco 33. I ain't gonna lie, it's a good quality for what you, as far as a cheap version. Beginner fishing. This is beginner fishing, guys. This is how you beginner fish. Beginner fishing is nice. No bites, no nothing. Kind of tells me they're a little bit deeper water. Weather conditions, kind of weird. Looking like we might have a storm coming. Looking like it might rain. Some thunder and lightning. Maybe. Doesn't cast very far, but I don't have a whole lot of weight. This is like a finessing. If I had a bigger weight, I'm sure it'll dart out there. Thing about finesse fishing, you got to take your time. Got to take your time. There's a lot of junk in the water. Oh, that was a bad cast. That would have been a bird's nest on a bait caster. So if you don't know how to use a bait caster, folks, get you a Zebco 33 or basically any kind of push button. I prefer the Zebco. It's a stainless steel, aluminum. Not that plastic stuff. Yeah, it's cheaper, but you don't want to break the cone. That's why I get metal. Get metal cone, And just go out there, play with it, learn how to fish with it. Oh, something was playing with that. I felt it. What was that? Let's throw that back out there, guys. I got a bite. I wasn't even expecting a bite. Let's throw that back out there. Make sure y'all can see. Alright. Yeah, this rod is a bit old. This is probably like an 80s or 90s rod. It's a bit old. Like, it don't have anything on here. It just says quantum. Just a quantum rod. Casting quantum rod. That's all it is. I wonder if that might have been a bluegill or something that was hitting it. Possibility. Not gonna catch a bluegill on a bass hook. That ain't happening. Oh, boys, we got one. Oh. Oh. I had one, and they got off. That's the thing about having cheap equipment. You got to set the hook. And I didn't set the hook completely. I didn't set the hook hard enough. And he got off. Just throw it back out there. Oh, boys, that was a bass. I'm telling you, that was a bass. Woo! Oh, please. Give me the bite again. I thought I set the hook on that thing. I might need to tighten my drag a little bit. Make sure I set that hook. I think my drag was too loose. That was a bass. I knew that had been a bass. Oh man, can't believe that. It's upsetting, especially this time of year when you're not expecting to get a bite, but you're going to try anyway, and you miss one, and that felt like a good bass. Heartbreaker. Yep, that was a heartbreaker. Throw it out there again. Yeah, this rod ain't the greatest. My rod looks like it's gonna fall apart because it's so old. I mean, I got it at the antique shop. I mean, you want quality stuff, don't go to antique shop trying to find a rod because it's not quality. You want quality stuff, go to Bass Pro, Academy. Walmart has some quality stuff. Look up the quality brands. Look up the main brands that the pros use. Those are the quality reels and rods you want to use. Like, if you don't know, you could research it. And there's a budget for just about any good quality brand. I can't believe we missed that. It's still upsetting. We missed it. It's cloudy. There's no sunlight. Looks like it's about to get dark. Oh, man. We gotta try this again. I just want to get that bite again. Because it tells me there's still bass over there in that deeper area of water. They saw this small worm and they wanted to eat it. That's the pattern that's telling me. A little bit deeper water out there. Take your time, reeling it slow. And go pick it up. Like that bass buzz just like lightly picked it up. I felt it on my line. I didn't feel it on my rod. I felt it on my line. Because this is not a good quality of like the newer rods. This is like old. So I could use my line to feel the bite. Now back in the day, this was probably like a great rod back in the day. Because it is a quantum. Quantum is pretty good. Probably like in the late mid 90s. This was probably like one of the top of the line rods, I bet. It is a one-piece rod. So, well guys, we had that one bite. Well, I had another bite too. I think it was a bluegill. We had that one good bite, and I know for a fact I had a bit of bass. And I didn't set the hook correctly, and he got off. That's the key factor about fishing. You have to set the hook. As soon as you feel something on that line, you got to set it and penetrate that mouth to get a good hook set. I mean, you just gotta pop that rod and go wham, hit it. But my drag was set too loose. I thought I had a good set, but I didn't, and we lost it. That's the fun thing about fishing. You definitely have to learn your mistakes. And you have to figure out, is there fish here? If they're not here, where could they be? Are they deeper? Are they shallow? And just a lot of key factors. And that's what I love about fishing. It's like a puzzle. You have to think. Oh, come on. Something biting. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just dragging on the bottom. Getting hung up on some stuff. Alright guys, we're going to do one more cast. And I'm gonna tell you about the review of this old rod and the Zebco 33. I think it's works pretty well as far as getting the job done. You can get the job done. You can go fish with this. You can go catfishing with this. You know, it doesn't have the best gear ratio, but you can get the job done. There's no doubt about it. I could have got that bass if I set that hook right, but I didn't. I didn't set it. Didn't set it right. So, all right, guys, that is it for the Zebco basic fishing rod and reel, quantum rod, Zebco reel, basic. So, set this down real quick. So there you have it. There we went fishing with that rod and reel that in the last video we put together. And in the future I will fish with it more. Hey, at least we got a bite on it. I really wish I'd have set that hook right, but I didn't. My drag was too loose. So that was the factor of missing that fish. So as far as a review on that rod and reel, I give it a 1 star. The reel probably 2 star. The rod a 1 star. So it's not the greatest, but it will get the job done. You can catch fish on them, and it's just your simple, basic rod and reel setup. Simple, basic. So it can get the job done. But if you catch a big one, it's going to be a fight, and it's going to be a hard time getting that fish in, and you might probably lose it, like I just lost that one. So, well, guys, thank you for joining this channel. Thank you, all the subscribers out there. If you're new at the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, the notification button, and just continue watching my videos. Thank you so much. Sometimes I'm not always consistent putting videos out, but I do my best, and I try to come up with some good ideas for content. And who knew, nowadays most people don't want to fish with this. Hear that? Ain't maybe because I don't know, because it's kitty or it's whatever the reason is. But me, I got a whole bunch of them and I fish with them. So my thing is, I don't get too caught up on the bait casters and the spinning reels. And sometimes I do, because I like to have them set. But I always come back to where I learned how to fish. And I am no pro or anything, but I've learned how to fish with bait casters, and learned all the goods of all the great goods of the quality brands. So yeah. So guys, thank you for joining this channel, and always remember, have fun fishing. Thanks, and we see you again next time.